Hey guys, today I wanted to talk a little bit about how I do a snow tire change on my car. I'm paralyzed from the chest down, so it obviously takes a lot longer than it used to. But this is Ohio. In a couple weeks, it's December right now, in a couple weeks it's going to be snowy and crappy. So I got to get the summer tires off the car. They're absolutely worthless in snow, and I've got a set of snow tires and wheels that I'm going to put on. So I'll show you how to do that. First thing I do, I've got this mirror. It's kind of handy. What I can do is figure out where my jack point is just by looking up under the car. So I've already got the jack in the right spot. For snow tire changes, I typically just do one tire and wheel at a time. If I was getting the whole car up, like if I was doing my brakes or something like that, I would typically jack it up from the center jack point on the front and the back and support it with jack stands. But I mean, since I'm just doing one tire and wheel at a time and I'm not really underneath the car, I just use this heavy duty jack. So now I've got the jack in the right spot. Biggest thing, since I am paralyzed from the chest down, I don't have any ab control. So what I do is I have to keep this bar as low to the ground as possible in order to get the right leverage, because I know I can't pull down very well or my whole body wants to pull forward. So I'll lock my wheelchair in and I'll hang on to my wheel with one side and I'll just jack up the car little by little. The trick is not to get the tire too far off the ground, just a little bit off the ground, because when I go to pick up the other tire to put it on, I don't want to have to pick it up too far. So right now I'm probably like half an inch off the ground, which is perfect. So at this point I'm going to take off the wheel. I use an electric impact gun. When I first was paralyzed, I tried to use a breaker bar like I used to, and I just don't have the muscle control to do that. So at this point, I'm actually going to get in front of the wheel. If you could come over here, that might work a little better. Okay, at this point I'm ready to pull off the wheel. This impact gun is the loudest thing I've ever actually used. Seems like the air guns are a lot quieter, but especially in the garage it echoes. I've got in some earplugs. I'll go ahead and take off the key first. Usually I would use a breaker bar on this, but like I said, I don't have the control to do that. The last one, I'm going to try to kind of hold the bottom of the wheel so it doesn't fall out. Okay. And then at this point, I just get a little bit closer to the wheel. I kind of support my upper body from falling down with one arm, and then I'll use the other arm to kind of just pop it off. And just lean it up against there. So I'm going to grab the snow tire and wheel. I just keep them stacked in here. This is kind of something I had to think through. I usually put the face of the wheel on my knees, so this between the spokes will sit like on my actual knees. So I'll kind of lock in. I always have to support my body with one arm, so I don't fall down. So kind of like that. So I've got a knee between each spoke. So that kind of keeps it in place. At this point I just kind of got to take it easy down the ramp. I don't want a 40-pound tire rolling halfway down the block. Nice thing about it being already upside down like this is when I get up to the car, I can easily just kind of lock in my wheels, plop it down where it needs to go. Again, I'm going to kind of use one arm to support my body, the other arm to kind of like that. So I've got it leaned up against the car. I really want to try to scoot it in as much as possible. And then I kind of just wait a second. I try to get as close. The closer I can get to the car, it seems like the easier it is to get this wheel on the car. So right now I've kind of got everything lined up as well as I can. I just support my upper body basically on my elbows and kind of just lift with my wrists. This takes a little while because I'm not at a great angle here. Okay, so I got it on. At this point, I'm going to back up a little bit and lock back in. And use this socket to start putting on some wheel studs. It's easiest if the wheel's flush against there to get these these nuts on. So once I've got like 2 of the lug nuts pretty snug, I don't have to worry about the wheel, tilting out or flopping out. The other 3 go on pretty easy. I don't have to thread them in all the way. I just kind of get a couple threads started and then I'll hit it with the gun. Back up a little bit. At this point, I'm just going to lower down the jack. Nice thing is, all I have to do is just twist this, and it'll come down. That's it. Basically, I do that for the next 3, and then I'm all done. So, if you have any questions, just to shoot me a message or anything, and I'll get back to you. Thanks a lot.